we will all be born again.
Oh, man.
When the winter days are dead, and we shed our
To David, my best friend and soon-to-be husband. Growing up, everybody always daydreamed about the day they would get married. They dream about the certain details and the countdown to the day they meet somebody that they fall in love with. I can honestly say I've never dreamed much about my wedding day. I always thought about the idea of marriage, but I never thought actually seen it happening with anybody. Not until I met you.
Dear Heather, and here it comes. Tonight as I'm writing this letter, I can't explain how happy I am. Our day is here, the day we come together and vow to love each other for the rest of our lives. The day that has had timeless preparation, the day we have been waiting for is here. Tomorrow I will wake up, eager to get out of bed. To see myself in the mirror and know today I'm the luckiest man in the world. To put on that tux and meet you at the altar. To hold your hands in mine and to look into your eyes and say I do. As I think back through our relationship, I see all the road bumps we have had and how we've worked through all of them. Growing strong with our love growing deeper, but more than that, I can remember the highlights in our life. All the good times that we have shared, the memories that we've made, makes me wonder just what I did to deserve you and to share all these moments with you. I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you, to have you take my last name, to call me your husband. We have the rest of our lives to spend together, to get through the rough times and to share the great times. I'm excited to continue to learn from you every day, to one day have kids together, to grow old with you. Heather, you complete me in every way.
Over these past few months, I've caught myself tearing up at the very thought of marrying you. I've pictured you standing at the end of the aisle, and I've heard myself saying I do with nothing but an image of you in my head. I love you more than I can try to express in this letter. From the times we wake up instantly joking in the morning, and to the times that we lay out at night cuddling, not speaking a word. I love every minute of every day I spend with you. Tonight, as I write this letter, I've never been more confident in any decision I've ever made. If I could live my life over, I would do. If I could live my life over, I would do. If I could live my life over 1,000 times, I can honestly say I wouldn't change a thing.
Anybody? Always. Crack there. Oh no, yeah.
Heather, you are the one in my life that can make me smile when I'm sad. You know how to pick me up when I'm down. I cannot live without you by my side. I love you, Heather, with all of my heart. As time will pass and we grow old, our love only has time to grow. From tomorrow until the rest of our lives, we will spend every day making our love stronger, learning everything that we can about one another, boosting the other to higher limits, completing each other and joining as one. So as we plan for the rest of our lives, I do want to say one thing. After you say I do and become my wife, I cannot tell you where our love will soar to next. I don't have any plans on how our life will turn out. I do know that I will love you every day, that I will be there when you are down and feel that you can't get up. I'll be there to help you stand strong and be the best person that you can. I will cherish every moment that I have with you, never taking your love for granted. I will be your love, your other half, and your husband. Heather, I don't know what the future will hold for us, but I do know you will be my wings to guide me, my foundation, my love, and my wife. I will end with this. As you walk down the aisle to me, know this. I love you with all of my heart and will love you until the end of time. I'm ready to spend the rest of my life with you, to call you my wife, Heather Catherine Rosenbaum. Love, Dave. That's better than my letter. Perfect. For my first hole and my second hole.
Our struggles, our successes, and everything in between have brought us to this moment. The moment I get to walk down the aisle and stand hand in hand with you, absolutely my best friend, and tell him I do. So I've decided, instead of taking this opportunity to tell you of all the reasons I love you, I'm going to take this opportunity to make a promise. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad. I promise to stand by you and lift you up when you are in need of it. I promise to always remember that even through the hard times, it was worth it. You are worth it, and I promise to love you and honor you all the days of my life. I'll see you at the altar. I love you. Soon to be wife, Heather.
Yeah, you can tap on it. Or take his hand, think about his hand.
It is always my honor and privilege, on such a most beautiful day, on such a most wonderful occasion. We have joined together today to celebrate one of life's truly great moments, to join two people in marriage. We are here to celebrate the love that Heather and David have for each other, and to give recognition to the worth and beauty of their love. Marriage, it really is the supreme sharing between two people, and it is an adventure in the most intimate of human relationships. It is the joyous union of two people whose friendship, companionship, and partnership have flowered into romance and love. Today, Heather and David proclaim their love and commitment to the world, and we gather to rejoice and celebrate with and for them in the new life they now undertake together. Let us pray. Most gracious and glorious God, through whom all life and love is given, we pray for your presence on this special day as we join David and Heather in holy matrimony. We ask for your blessings upon them, upon this ceremony, and on their family and friends who have traveled from near and far to witness this most wonderful occasion. We thank you, Almighty God, for all you have done for bringing this wonderful couple together today. And we pray for health and happiness in their marriage now and forevermore. Amen. Well, David and Heather, it is just a great pleasure for me to be standing here with you today, sharing in your marriage ceremony and witnessing to the lifelong commitment that you're making to one another. Marriage, it really is the essence of human relationships. It challenges us, as it will challenge you, to be of one accord without abandoning the truth of our individuality. It challenges us not to lose ourselves in one another, but rather to walk side by side, heading in the same direction. Sometimes so close together, there will only be one set of footprints, and sometimes when needed in marriage, one will carry the other, leaving only one set of footprints, but always heading in the same direction. Still, marriage is really just a magnificent opportunity to share one's life with another and to enjoy the adventures that are inherent in the most intimate of human relationships. Now, David and Heather, the vows that you're about to say to one another, They belong entirely to you. The words that I speak today, they have no magical powers, and nothing that I can say or do on this day can ultimately make your marriage endure with beauty and fidelity and joy. Only you, and again, let me repeat, only you, by the integrity and the diligence of your love, can make these vows last. So it's not to lofty words or institutions that we appeal at this time of commitment, but rather to the resources which you too can draw from within yourselves. So now I ask you, David, do you, David, take Heather to be your lawfully wedded wife, to live together in the holy estate of marriage? Do you vow to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others so long as you both shall live? If so, please answer, I do.
I do.
And you, Heather, take David to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together in the holy estate of marriage. Do you vow to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others so long as you both shall live? If so, please answer, I do. David, there's one other thing that Heather wanted me to ask. Do you vow to learn English football? To be able to root for her team, which is which team?
Manchester United.
Okay. Okay. Please do not underestimate the importance of that. It was just a few years ago when you met. I think you met at a facility that was both a coffee bar and kind of a bar at night, and he was there and you met and you chatted and you talked and then you started dating. And then it was on the beach, I think, where he proposed, right? And you said yes. And so we are here today, now, to share those special words that you have been waiting to say one to the other since that night when he proposed. Now, maybe one of you have been waiting a little while longer to say those vows than the other. I don't know. But as we prepare for those very special words, I'm going to invite you to take a moment to just look at the hands that you're holding right now. Know that those hands, they are your gifts to each other. They are the hands of your best friend and your family and your love. They are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. Now, these hands here, they are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch, comfort you like no other. Now, these hands will comfort you in illness and hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. They'll wipe tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow, tears of laughter, and yes, tears of joy like today. One day, should you so be blessed, these hands will tenderly cradle your children. And then these hands will help hold your family as one, keep you strong, and give you strength when you need it. These hands will give you support, celebrate with you in your accomplishments, and encourage you to fulfill your dreams. Every single person here today, and I'm going to invite you to just take a look at all of your guests right now, every single one of them, their hope and dream and prayer for both of you is that you'll use these hands right here to build a marriage where every single one of your dreams can come true. Now, David, if you'll please repeat after me. I, David, take you, Heather, to be my wife,
I, David, take you, Heather, to be my wife,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poor,
for richer, for poor,
in sickness and in health,
for sickness and health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
To you I pledge my faith.
To you I pledge my faith.
And now, Heather. I, Heather, take you, David, to be my husband,
I, Heather, take you, David, to be my husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer, for poor,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
To you I pledge my faith. You may have the rings, please. The ring is the symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. Love, when freely given, has no giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. May these rings serve as the outward and visible sign of an inward and invisible spiritual bond, signifying to all your uniting in marriage. You'll take her ring, please. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love.
as a sign of my love.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed
I thee wed,
and bind my life to yours.
and bind my life to yours.
Place it up there, make sure it doesn't come off. Put it down. And repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love.
as a sign of my love.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I thee wed
I thee wed,
and bind my life to yours.
and bind my life to yours.
Through these rings, you symbolize your marriage bond. May their meaning sink deep into your hearts and bind your lives together by devotion and faithfulness to one another. In mutual self-consecration and in an ever-deepening love for each other, may you build a marriage filled with faith, truth, trust, love, and goodness. David and Heather, by the promises you have made this day to each other, you have united as husband and wife. May you find life's joys heightened, its bitterness sweetened, and all things hallowed by true companionship and love. I now pronounce you husband and wife, and David, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. David, freshly breathed David and Heather Rosenbaum.
I hope everybody enjoyed the dinner, and I know you absolutely can't wait for the speeches. So now, I really don't know the traditions of a US wedding. So I thought I'm going to take a look at a website, see what I should do. And when I looked, it said, well, what you should do is think about when your wife was pregnant, and you thought maybe she'd have a daughter, and you thought, well, how fantastic she's going to be, and take some romantic thoughts and kind of just move into it in a romantic sort of way. And I thought, Might work in America, but I'm a Brit. Brits are not romantic guys. So I thought, no, that just didn't help. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to talk about my beautiful daughter, Heather, and then a little bit into Dave. I used to think he was okay, and then I learned he's going to be a Manchester United fan, and that's really thrown me. So, so hard to imagine 20-something years ago that 8 pound even, 1 ounce bundle of joy can turn into the woman Heather is today. I'm going to say a few words. It's kind of not in my nature to be nice. I'm normally kind of a little bit nasty, so I'm going to say some nice words. I think she's strong of character, definitely hardworking, very thoughtful and caring young lady, high integrity, totally loyal and loving. There's a few of the things I would say about Heather. And I really do believe it, even though I've got to read it. I didn't want to forget anything. I could say some more, but then I look back to those teenage years. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Let's just stick with the words that we said. So, but actually, I go back to that statement about being romantic, and it just there was something said the other day that I kind of thought, I know a bit of romance, and so some of you may follow Heather on Facebook. I don't, but her mum Lynn does, and Lynn came up to me a few days ago and she says, "Oh, you need to listen to this. So romantic." I thought, "Oh, okay." Of course, over time you learn as a husband the key thing to do is listen, or at least pretend to. It's critical. So, by the way, Dave, take a note of that. It's pretty important. So I listened intently about this, and anyway, back to Facebook and the message. And Heather posted it from a friend. It was a male friend, and she said, "I've been married 22 years. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it." Oh, nice comment. And then I kind of looked around, and I saw the tears in Lynn's eyes, the tears in Heather's eyes, the tears in our great friend Helen's eyes. I got to be honest, I felt a little bit uncomfortable. So I said, "Wow. I've been married 32 years, 10 more years than that other guy." And he's right. It's not always easy. But you sometimes wonder whether it's worth it. I kind of looked round and the tears are gone. And you should have seen the look I got. I thought, okay, Dave, you got to learn. You just listen. Go back to that rule number 1. You just listen. I didn't mean it, Heather. It's been fantastic. All 32 years of it, it's been great. So, hey guys, I'm not finished yet. So, actually, a little bit more about Heather, and the word ER comes to mind. Lynn and I were confident that she'd either work in the ER or marry somebody in the ER. I'm going to explain that statement. When she was 2, she was walking in the garage and the door slammed shut, and it took her toenails off, gave her a big bang on the head. First visit to the ER. She was living in England at that time. First visit to the ER, and went down there. They fixed her toenails and kind of whatever these doctors do. But they didn't treat the bang on the head, and thankfully that was well. I thought it was okay, but maybe that was the problem in the teenage years. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, a few years later, still a fan of ER. We went skiing. It was that famous last run of the day, and I could say I like to go fast, so I'd hang back. Well, I've not got control of my skis, and I'm a bit heavier than Heather, so I thought I'll hold back, and so she can go down, and I'll catch her up when we go from the first bend. Well, what actually happened was we went around the first bend, there was this huge crack, and I've heard it a few times on rugby. I know that was a broken something, so I go around the corner, there's Heather, obvious broken leg. Martin, her brother, our son, comes down and sees her, and we sent him off for the medics. And so he goes down, gets the medics, speaks to Lynn, tell Lynn that she's been badly injured and all this sort of stuff. And the next thing is the medics come up, take the ski off, straighten the leg a bit, put her in a body bag. So she goes down the hill in a body bag, gets down to the bottom, and there's Lynn that's the first thing she sees is Heather in a body bag. I mean, it was only to keep her warm, but that was she's now got experience in the ER both in the USA and the UK. So it's school library. Who could ever say the school library could be dangerous? Yes, Heather walks into the bookcase in the corner, stitches in the chin. Anyway, I could just keep going about these ER trips, but I won't. So we got through those teenage years, and Heather, she left high school and went to Christopher Newport University, great university, and I knew she'd do well. I knew she'd do well. She was 17. She was already fluent in 2 languages. Actually, how many knew that she could speak 2 languages? Yeah. So she's fluent in both English and American. And one thing I didn't mention is Heather's love for music. She met some great friends while she was in CNU, and it didn't surprise at all that she told us she'd met this guy, and she met him at a music event. Didn't think much more of it, but we later found that was Dave. And what a fortunate spot that was to go to the coffee shop. So they dated for a while, and it kind of came quite clear to us that they were probably Dave was getting close to going to propose, and I could see that. It actually became a lot more apparent when Dave started to stalk me. Everywhere I went, there was this guy on my shoulder, and I thought, I know what this is. He's going to ask for a hand in marriage. So I thought, no. What I'm going to do is, every time he got close and I was on alone, I did a runner and I made sure I was with somebody else. And that went on. I don't know for how long that went on, but it went on for a while. And actually, gave him his due. He came and asked for the hand in marriage, and that was actually very important to me. I'm an old school guy, and to be asked for that was a very important thing. So thanks for that, Dave. It's very, very good. So Dave got his own back. I think when I proposed to Lynn, I took a walk in the park, and I says, "Hey, love, fancy getting married one day?" And I got away with that romantic comment for about 30 years. And then what does Dave do? Dave, unbelievable. He makes this nice sign with, "Dear Heather, will you marry me?" And he takes it down to Starlit Beach. He has a photographer, and he puts it behind. He gets someone. Oh my God, that's worse than being a Manchester United fan. Actually, Dave, lovely touch, but you've really not done me any favours there. So, moving on to something serious, some thanks. Karen, you've raised a really fine young man, very courteous, great, you should be proud of it, thanks for that. Probably everybody knows, hopefully everybody knows, Karen has made the beautiful cake in the corner over there, absolutely fabulous, so thanks for that. Lynn, I think between us we've raised a fine young lady, so thank you for that. And Martin, you kept a brotherly watch over your sister over the years, and my God, did she take some watching, so thanks for that, Martin. And then, Lynn and Heather, you've done a wonderful job in arranging this lovely wedding. You really have. It's the celebration, the wedding, everything to go with it, the location, the people that's been invited, all of you here, you've done a great job, both of you, so thanks for that. I know it's a lot of hard work, it's been a lot of fun. Now, closing out, I'm sure you'll all agree that Dave and Heather, I'm going to read this because I can't, Dave and Heather, they're going to make a great couple. They're going to make a great husband and wife. Mr. and Mrs., how do you spell now? Mr. and Mrs. Rosenbaum. They're both caring, they're high quality, hard working people. And as the man said, it's not always easy but it's always worth it. Remember that. Actually, it's not always easy, but it's always worth it. So welcome to the family, Dave. We're going to enjoy your company. We're going to enjoy what you give. So welcome to the family. And so all of you, thanks again for coming, sharing the celebration with us. And I'm going to finish by proposing a toast to Heather and Dave, wishing you both health and happiness. So to Mr. and Mrs. Rosenbaum, Heather and Dave. Good. Now have a good time and enjoy the dancing later. Let's have you all on the dance floor. Thank you. And I think Megan's going to speak next.
And there you go. They say that friendship lasts, if it lasts longer than 7 years, it's going to last a lifetime. From surviving the teen years to the eye-opening moments of the real world together, I think it's safe to say that we're golden. I can remember our many years of soccer together, listening to Heather shout out from the goal commands to me, and thank God she was there because I would have been lost without her. Also, the countless nights of girl talk, Disney movies, and more country concerts with tailgating than I can even remember because we were drunk. And of course, the infamous night of getting caught in Elise's basement drinking. A little bit tipsy, are we, Lean? But all jokes aside, I couldn't imagine going through those years without Heather by my side, to confide in, to laugh with, to act absolutely silly with, and to love unconditionally. When you're that close to someone, it's only natural to have their approval of the significant other. So you'll understand why I was a little bit skeptical of Dave when I found out his favorite color was pink. A little worried. But putting that first impression aside, I got to know Dave some more and realized that he and Heather are just absolutely perfect together. They're just as goofy and loving. He is just as goofy and loving as Heather is. The two of them are fun to watch and be around because they truly do complement each other wonderfully. Speaking as one of many of Heather's best friends, I know she's found another great one in Dave. I can't wait to see what the future holds in store for them as they continue their journey as best friends and now husband and wife. But Dave, hold off on the baby making because I'm not ready, and we always said we were going to have kids together.
What, you and Dave?
No, not me and Dave. Me and Heather. We're going to raise them up. I don't want that, sorry. And again, I just want to thank Lynn and everybody else for coming here. Lynn really did help Heather out. I wasn't here as much as I should have been because I was traveling, and Lynn helped her out, and they put on it's beautiful, beautiful wedding. So I want to say thank you. You helped. So I want to have a cheers again. More drinking. Cheers to friendship. Cheers to a beautiful wedding, and cheers to Heather and Dave's happily ever after. You can do it.
Let's give her a round of applause. Nice job, Megan. I'd like to call up best man, Jason Rosenbaum.
I, of course, did not type to write a letter. I'm just gonna wing it. I'd like to thank you guys for having this. Is one of the best weddings I've been to. Does everybody agree? I mean, it's a pretty nice wedding. Let's start off with David as a little kid. A lot of people might not know, but we almost might have lost him. He had spinal meningitis, and they dropped him on the head as a kid. Seriously. So that's why. He was all right. I got to see him grow up from small to big. Sleeping on a bunk bed was no fun. You'd lay in the top bunk and you hit a pillow hit you. Boom. He'd climb up the stairs, I'd throw it back on the floor, and we'd do this for about a half hour until he cried and went to bed. Growing up, he was all right. He was smart, kind of stuck to himself. All the groomsmen is a great, all his friends he's hung out with ever since he was little. They're great guys. They all take care of each other. He was kind of shy. I mean, one time he got really, really mad, and my parents divorced, and he went to Dad's house because Mom made him light the grill. I mean, goddamn, Mom made him light the grill. Poor kid. My dad wasn't there, so I had to go get him. I tried to teach him well, the best I could, since there wasn't a male in the house. Recently, we went fishing before they got married, and we was out there fishing on the boat. And I said, David, you gonna get married? And he said, yeah. I said, do you really love her? Do you love her that much, David? He goes, pause, and he goes, yeah. I said, David, you know, you gotta make sure you love her, because I know it's fun at first, and earmuffs, Mom, the sex goes away. When you get old, you only have hallway sex. Everybody knows what that is, right? When you walk by one another in the hallway, you say, F you, and another one goes, F you. So I said, make sure you really love her. He's a hard-working man. I can't say nothing bad about him. He works hard. He does whatever he can to help everybody. He has a good conscience. Doesn't tell lies. Maybe little ones. But I couldn't have asked a better wife for him. They're great together. They get along. I busted up seeing them dance out there, you know. It's like, I want to be happy like that. But I'd like to make a toast to forever and ever, till we get to hallway sex.
Next, we have Anna Goodman and Andrew Horn.
It's a celebration. Let's celebrate.
Next, let's give a warm greeting to Bobby and Scott Tasber, along with Flower Girls, Alexis and Caitlin.
So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. We gon' celebrate.
Here comes Holly Goodman and Peter Hutchinson.
It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on.
Next, we have the maid of honor, Megan Collins, escorted by the best man, Jason Rosenbaum.
It's a celebration. Let's celebrate. Come on now.
All right, now the couple we've all been waiting for. If they wouldn't have met, we wouldn't be here today. I'd like to introduce to you husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. David Rosenbaum. All right, guests at tables, you can take a seat. Bridal party's going to stick around and support Heather and Dave in their first dance.
they used to before. And I can't sweep you off of your feet. Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. And baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. And maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. So baby, let's try.